Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So we're playing another Guess This palette. This palette isn't my favorite, but look at this look. It's beautiful. It is one of my favorite palettes from the brand, top 5. However, it's this one shade that's all over my lid. You know how when I talk about like Natasha Denona, let's get started. And I say like Galaxia, Babies, like those shades that you just, they do something to a look. You know what I mean? They take it from, oh, it's pretty to like beautiful. Like there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? That's this. And here's why. You're going to see. Because I do just a regular look using the palette. And it's beautiful. It is. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful look. I am using Refer brushes, just so you know. I'm stuck on my Refer brushes, too. I don't know why. Because I like my other brushes. But my favorite crease brush is my Sephora brush. And I know I need to sort of like switch it up. But there's just something about my Refer brushes that I love. And honestly, I think they're getting ready to have a sale, you all. I think it's like a buy one, get one free type of thing. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. It could be buy one, get one 50% off. I'm not for sure. But I think it's buy one, get one, to be honest. But anyway, their brushes are amazing for quality. And what I do, and I had issues, they like, once you wash them, and let me tell you, I wash my brushes every night. Maybe every other night, but mostly I try to do it every night because I just, bacteria and stuff. But there's times where it's been every other night. So I've washed these a lot, okay, in the time, and they look like they're brand new. And it's because I buy these little things here. And after I'm done washing them, I put them in, and it holds their shape to dry, and then they hang dry. Love them. Little things. But you can buy them off Amazon, like 100 of them for like $5, $6, something like that. It's fairly cheap. And you can reuse them until they, stretch out, of course. But they hold the brushes really good. And they're soft. But let's just say they get a little bit like unsoft. I don't know how to say it. Like scratchy, I guess. You put a little bit of conditioner in them. Let them sit for a minute. They're soft again. Now, I've not experienced that really with the Refer brushes. I think maybe one I had to do that with. But that's usually what I do for my Morphe brushes. I'm running that same shade along the lower lash line. This palette is pretty much a basic B palette. And here's the thing. Do you spend money on a basic eyeshadow palette that you'll get a lot of use out of, Or do you spend money on a palette that is unique and different and colorful? Just curious. I spend money on both. So, I'm not here to talk or judge, okay? There's no rhyme or reason to my methods. If something looks pretty to me and I have the money, I'm going to buy it. If something doesn't look pretty to me, I won't buy it. Or if something just intrigues me, I'll buy it. Maybe it don't look pretty to me, but I think, here's what usually happens. I think it's going to be pretty because I see all these looks and they look so pretty and I'm like, oh, that looks simple. I can do it. And then they don't look good on me. For whatever the reason, whether skin color, skin tone, whether it be, I'm not as artistic as them, I'm not as skilled as them, whatever it may be, or the shadows aren't as good as, they say, because that's happened a lot. Whatever it may be, it's happened, But for the most part, I'll spend money on anything. But I will say that I do like to spend money on stuff, for the most part, that I'm going to use. Now, because I have such a big collection, it is hard to use everything I spend my money on. But there's certain palettes that I do know I get a good bit of use out of, and this is kind of one of them. And when I say a good bit of use, I mean, obviously, I don't get to use it as much as I'd like due to the amount of products I have. But with that said, it's used more than, other products. So I know, if I'm pulling it out more than once or twice a year, then I know I like it. And this is one of them. Because it is such a basic palette, it's easy to create a look, but yet it can be beautiful. Like, it can be beautiful either way you do it. Like, you'll see. But this shade, there's just something about this shade that calls to me. I'm going to take that dark shadow I just used in the outer corner, and I'm going to apply it to the lash line. I'll swatch these just in a second on my hands so you can get a better look at them. And this brand is considered high-end. And this palette, particularly, I do think is worth the price, especially if you are a neutral lover. Now we're going to apply this shadow right here all over the lid. And you're going to see it's beautiful. Like, you could end the look right here and be done, and it's just like gorgeous. It's just a very subtle color, but it's beautiful on the lid. It lays nice on my lid. It's almost like it's smoothing the lid for me. Now, it's not like popping or anything, because look at that one. Now look at that one. Okay, there is a difference. We can see that. Let me go ahead and do the inner corner. I used my Tarte Fake Awake for my waterline today, just so you know. Alright, we got the inner corner done. Now let me line the top lash line just so you can sort of see, like, if we stopped here, what we would look like. And I'm just using that same shade that I used in my outer corner to line the top lash line. I also used it to line the bottom lash line. But the thing is that, like, this is a everyday look to me, you know? It's beautiful. It's easy to create the look. You're not going to have any issues with these particular shades at all. Okay, now imagine mascara and you're done, right? Beautiful. It's gorgeous, right? Now we're going to make that eye come to life. Okay, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the shadow, and we are just going to tap it right there, like that. Okay, then I'm going to take my clean finger and sort of just push it in, because we don't want fallout. Although I will say that this particular shade, I did get fallout when I did this on this eye, but it was very easy for me to swipe it away. and the shade just melts into your lid. So it still isn't emphasizing anything at all. No creases, no nothing. And it looks beautiful. You just amped it up. So either way you decided to do this look, like, you would easily get a very beautiful look. And it was easy to, like I said, swipe the fallout away. And you know me, y'all, I'm lazy. So you know I've had this eye done for an hour, 2. Okay, 3 hours. I've had this eye done for 3 hours. I got sidetracked. What can I say, you know? But no more fallout. So once the initial fallout had happened from me applying, I'm not touching it. I'm not bothering it. It's done. It quit. You know, there's nothing else it's done. So for the top lash line, we're going to use the YSL Lash Clash. In black. I thought about using the brown, but I felt like this look deserved black because I wanted to look a little fancy. And to me, this palette could be a wedding palette for the bride. It could be a guest palette even for a wedding, any kind of special occasion, like, or just going to work every day. Like, this palette has options. Now, could you buy a ColourPop Stone Fox palette or the Bare Necessity palette and kind of get the same look? Kinda. You kind of can, except for that last shade that I applied. You can't get that. Nah, it's going to cost you some money. And you know, maybe you don't want to spend that kind of money. In which case, those palettes are amazing by ColourPop. Don't get me wrong. But they're not this. They're just not. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants different things, you know, when it comes to their looks. I want this. I like this. Lancome for bottom lashes. Like that topper, or whatever you want to call it, shade that I put on last, took this look from, I would say, a 7. I give it a 7. And just bumped it to a 10. Like that quick. Maybe it was an 8. I mean, it is a pretty look. Like I said, regardless of what you do, the look is pretty. But by putting that, just tapping a little bit of that on your lid, I mean, it's gorgeous. It just makes it look wet and shiny and gorgeous. And it's one of those, it's just one of those special shades, you know. Every brand has those things, you know. Like ColourPop has their Super Shocks, you know. That's what I would consider their special shades. And then, like I said, a couple of the ones from Natasha. But every brand has them, you know. It just depends on how intensified you want a shadow to be. And how much you're willing to pay for it is basically what it comes down to. So the shades that I used are right here. This is what I put in the crease. That's what I darkened it up with. That's what I first put on my lid. That's the inner corner, and then that's the shade I topped over top of that one. And it's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now you can use a glitter glue or some sort of adhesive wetting it even would pulled it, but I honestly, once I just tap it, and I don't put too much on, okay? I don't. But I tap it, and take a clean finger and tap it in, and I think the warmth of that clean finger kind of gets it all to like melt, and then I don't have to worry about the fallout anymore. So that's it for the palette. Do you know what the palette is? If you do, leave it down below in the comments. Take your guesses. Go ahead. Then for blush and highlighter, I actually pulled out this Bridgerton palette because you know I've been playing with the the 6-pan thing or the 5-pan thing, but I pulled this one out today because I use this here. This is one of my favorite blushes. I have it in a single too. It's Nymphette, and then the highlighter is Venus Nectar, which I think I have that again too. I really need to go through these. I have doubles about everything, I think. For foundation today, I used my Lancome Regenergy Lift Makeup Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 27. This one here in 210. I use that. And then for under the eyes, I use the Natasha Denona Concealer. I use the Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder. I used the Too Faced Peach Perfect for the rest of my face, setting it. Bronzer, though, I used the Pat McGrath Desert Glow. I've really been using a lot of Pat McGrath when it comes to, like, the face. Ever since I got the newest palette, like, I've been, like, really playing with the face products. And this one here is in Desert Glow. It's got more of a glow to it. I don't know how to say it. Usually I use Bronzed On, but I think this one looks really pretty. And then for lips, I used the lip liner NARS. I don't know what exactly the lip liner was, to be honest. I just grabbed it. And then Mocha Matte and MAC. I used lipstick Mocha and topped it with this Pat McGrath gloss in Earth Angel. And then for nails, we're still doing the Etsy and Licorice because, well, I was lazy and didn't change it. Although tonight I am, because I got 3 new nail polishes, you all. And they are gorgeous. Gorgeous. My daughter had put one on earlier, and it was so pretty. So I'm excited to do that. I'm hoping I get to paint my nails tonight. Fingers crossed. So I can't wait for that. And then that's everything, right? Yeah. Oh, brows. I've been using this. I've been trying it out again. The It Brow Powder. I have it in Universal Taupe. I've been trying that out in the brows. I'm not a big brow person when it comes to doing my brows, so take everything with brows as a grain of salt, because I really don't know what I'm doing there. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing with any of it, but especially brows. Alright, so that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, leave your guesses down in the bottom if you can guess the palette, and you can win. And I'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. Upload every day but Sunday, unless there's a new release or something. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Bye.